Hi guys, Mark Betul here once again, and welcome to my channel. In this presentation, I'm still going to talk about dragon fruit, and now I'm going to talk about the stages from the flowers opening up or blooming, and the works or the pollination process by both manually by humans or by the bees. So in this presentation I will show you that, and as well as after the pollination and the fruiting. In the pollination, after the flowers bloom or open up, you will now see inside the flower. And inside the flower, you will see those 10 filaments, small tiny ones, many of them. And the filaments, and that's where the pollen is, the anther, they call them anther. It is the male part of the flower of the dragon fruit. And that's where the bees go and pry on the nectar, the sweetness. And in the process of sucking the nectar or the sweetness from the anther or those filaments, and they will get the pollen stuck onto their body. And if you look closely to those bees, you will see there is a ball of filaments, all put together, in their hands. And I think they collect that one and then they eat it, and that's the sweetness, the nectar, and that's the one that helps them in the making of the honey. Okay, so when it gets stuck to their body or their hands, and when they fly around, they come to this, the one there that's sticking out there. That's the stigma. Stigma, it has bigger tentacles or some sort of fingers, and that's its body parts, and that stigma is the female part of the flower of the dragon fruit. So the bees collect the pollen from the anther, and they come and as they land on the stigma, they drop some of those pollen onto the stigma, the tentacles of the stigma, and that's where the processing, the fertilization or the pollination takes place. So now it travels right through to the base of the stigma. That's where the dragon fruit now will start to form. So that's the process of the pollination. Without that, the flower will eventually die because it is not pollinated. Okay, so pollination by bees. You can also do hand pollination. You go and pick the anther, cut them, or whatever, get the cotton bud and go and rub it against the anther there, and you collect all the pollens and then come and rub it against the stigma tentacles there, and then, which is the female part of the flower, and then it will get pollinated. Yeah, so from the pollination, so you see that's the filaments there, that's anther, and the big tentacles there with the part that is sticking right out there, that's the stigma, and that's the female part of the flower. After the pollination, now I will show you in the video presentation. As you watch on, you will now see the formation of the fruit after being pollinated, and eventually now develop into a big fruit and matures, and eventually it ripes and goes red and ready to harvest. When it ripes and goes red, it becomes like this one here. So this is now ready. Yeah, maybe leave it for a couple of days to really go bright red, and so it means inside it will be really ripened, and that's when it will become so sweet. Nice. The process of the pollination. Oh, wow, see all this Now we have to do the pollination, and that's why the bees are there. The bees will go to those pollens. The pollens are those small ones, many of them, and then they'll come and pollinate that's the big one there in the middle. So to do that, you have to get like this one here. If you do this one, in the pollination.
Daddy, I'm scared. Oh, somebody's coming back.
You see all those bees? That's how they pollinate. See the one that flowers yesterday? Now it's already done. I hope that it has pollinated itself already. I tried to come and self-pollinate again. If it's pollinated, then this one will continue to go strong and the fruit will form from the inside here. So the pollination, the pollens here, they go through this one here and then it goes down, all the way down. Just see, okay, so those are the bees. You see, they probably cannot see clearly, but you see all the bees there. Those are the bees doing the pollination. This one, you see. Now we'll do a careful study of how they do the pollination. Okay, you see now, the small antennas there, that's the pollen, where the pollen is. So the bees are now going onto the pollen. That's where the nectar, the sweetness of this nectar or the part of that pollen is. So they are getting that one. And then when they are flying around, they will land on the stigma, which is the big one. Okay, that's the one, that's where the pollination will take place. So if they land there, then whatever pollen that they have carried with them, they are going to now come and spread it on the stigma. And the stigma has also all those tentacles there, a number of them. I think this one is like 26, about 28 tentacles of the stigma. This one here, you see? You see, each of them have a number of bees. The big bees and the small bees. They are all honeybees. Now you can see in this one new flower that is now bloomed last night. Normally they bloom. This is a dragon fruit. They bloom in the night, and early morning you'll have it open up like this, and that's when the bees, honeybees, come and they come and pry on the nectar, and then that's the part of the pollination. So you can see the bees there. There are two types of bees: the big ones and the small ones. So that's the big one there. Those are the ones that sting, and the small ones here. You see those black ones there. So that's how they do it. They come and they go into the nectar is inside, and the pollen. Those many hands there and inside there, that's the pollen. And then these big ones outside there hang with those tentacles there, that's the stigma, and that's the one that when the bees going in, they get the pollen stuck onto their body. When they come out and land on that stigma there, they like that one there, then they will now pollinate here. So I think these tentacles there, they are the ones that goes down and does the pollination. So they get the pollen gets stuck onto those tentacles, and I think that's part of its fertilization parts body. It's in the morning now, and this is a new flowers that bloom last night about 8 o'clock, and it will remain open until 8 o'clock this morning, and then it will start to wilt. So now the honey bees are all flying around there looking for the honey, the sweetness, the nectar, and at the same time they are doing the pollination. Okay, so I don't worry so much about the pollination by the bees, because in every flower they have about 10 to 15 bees, and there are two types of bees. These big ones here, the honey bees, and there is another type, the small ones as well. Okay, just have a look. And that's another one as well there. This is the one that bloomed yesterday, and now it just wilted, so it's dying out now. On this row here, I got one only, but just see, just have more than 20 bees around there. One right on top there. Here, one wilted already, and there's a new one there. You can see all the bees there. And on this side here, I have here two more. Here one wilted already, died, and this is the new one. Yeah, so just enough honeybees to do the pollination for me. So so far I have not had any problem with the flowers dying out. They all fruited. So that means the pollination is successful by these animals here. Yeah, so I'm glad. See that one there yesterday, how many there? 4 already wilted. That was yesterday's, and today one only. On this side here, we have how many? 3 new ones, and 1, 2 yesterday, and they are already wilted. Now you can see one of these flowers, which will eventually tend to the dragon fruit after it is pollinated, is this one here. All the others, you can see those ones, they have wilted, the flowers have wilted, so the flower is now dead, and now that should now proceed on to formation of the dragon fruit if they were successfully pollinated. And talking about pollination, this is the pollination. This is the natural pollination done by the nature itself through nature's created animals. So you see, these are the bees, honeybees. You have the 2 types of honeybees here. The big ones, which are quite dangerous too, they can sting you, and the small ones, you see those small black ones, those are also honeybees. So those are 2 varieties of honeybees, and they are the ones doing the natural pollination. So the stigma is that big one, long one. That's the one that is attached. You can see something like the pipe right inside there. It goes right to the base, and it's inside there. So those small ones there, filaments, like filaments, all many pieces there. Those are the pollen. Those are the filaments where the pollens are. See, so the pollens are all small. So all these ones have wilted now. You see a number of them here, number of them there, number of them there. Okay, those ones, if they have been well pollinated, they will all now be fruits. So you can just see like 2, 4, 6, 18, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, 25, 26, 27, 28, 29, plus that one that already formed. So 30. So you see roughly there are about 30 now that has flowered, and I hope they have been pollinated well, and they will eventually all become fruit, just like this one here. So you see the fruit here. This one is which has been done already. The formation of the fruit after being pollinated, and you can see that row on top there. It has got some flowers and some fruits already there. The second row here got some flowers and some fruits already. And this first row here, this is the one is going crazy. You know, I think so far I've got about 30 fruits now. And they will all ripen. Yeah, and that will be for sales as well. So yeah, this one is going crazy, doing fine and going crazy. That one is doing fine as well. That one is now picking up. So the two are still picking up. I hope that they will now get crazy like this one here, and it will be good. You can see, and I provided everything already. Now it's for you guys just to buy the cuttings, whether rooted one or freshly prepared, and yeah, sell it to you guys and buy it and do yours. And if the pollination is successful, like this one, it just wilted now. If the pollination is successful, this eventually will now become the fruit. And you can see the base is already sown the fruit, but if the pollination has not happened, this eventually will die out, even though that the base has already shown some signs of fruiting. Eventually it will die out if the pollination has not taken place. But if the pollination is good, then it will be like this. You see, now you can take the flower off, and that will now, because if it's successful, now the full formation of the fruit will now appear, and that's what happened to this one. This is now the fruit. It's already been pollinated, and now the fruit is developing. That one there, this one here, there's another one there, another one we have harvested. Those are the new. Yeah, and here you can see that one as well. See there, and couple here. This one, as well as those ones there, and some on the other side. This is after 1 year, and the first fruiting was in December, and it got ripened in December, but there were not many. Just I think one or two fruits only. Then the second one was many. From this row, the second row and the third row right on top, and they all got ripened and harvested last week. And then this is the third now. Third fruiting is this one. Just waiting to ripen, I think in 2 weeks time or so. So that's the second, third, this one, and the fourth one is those ones there. So they are going to open up. They're going to bloom this tonight, ready for tomorrow's pollination. You see, so now they are ready already, just about to open up. So it's going to open up tonight. You see, a couple here, 1, 2, 3, 4 there, one there, and I think 2 on top there. So now they're beginning to ripe. 1, 2, 3. Turning red. This one is now turn red. 4, 5, 6, 7 here. 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15. Whoa, one rounded up there. 16. That one 16. 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, 22, 23, 24, 25, 26, 27, 28, 29, 30. Yeah, I think about 30 now that are now ripening. You can see these guys are all ready to ripen. You know, they are turning red there, and those are the next ones that they will ripen also soon after this one. You see, they are turning red. You know, they are ripening. On this row here, you see the tree there, and one here. Yeah, two here on this one branch, and then the other two. Yeah, so now all ripening, guys. So it's getting crazy. These 3 rows getting crazy. It's now time to harvest. Yeah, so see? Okay, so those are the ones. Then we have the next ones also in line to be ripened shortly after this. Maybe next week they will start to ripen as well. This one is ready now. Probably another 2 or 3 days and it will be ready to harvest. Yep, getting excited, you know, seeing it come to reality. Yeah. Just see, guys, they are all ripened. They're red. By tomorrow and the next day, if they are going to continue to stay here, I tell you, they will be bright red. Okay, so this one's ripe already, but just a little bit more. Just a little bit more. Just a little bit more and you'll see very shiny. It will be fat. That will be now the juice from the inside. Red, juicy, fat. I'm so happy. I'm so happy. I'm so happy, guys. Thank you. Yeah, just see them. They're already red now.